It is time once again for the Morning Mindset edition of the Live, Build, Change podcast. Can I just encourage you that God is for you today? Can you take just a moment to sigh a big sigh if you need to? Take a deep breath. And in light of whatever is on your plate today, whatever emotions are churning inside of you, in light of all of that, just stop for a moment to remind yourself that the God of the universe who spoke everything that is into existence is on your side. Can you stop for a moment and digest that? That's really what the Morning Mindset edition of the podcast is for, is to help you reorient your thinking after a night's sleep, after maybe a restless night, after possibly a time when you couldn't sleep because of the pressure or the anxiety that's weighing on you. This Morning Mindset is to help you live a day, just one day, that's all we're focusing on, with confidence that God is on your side. Yesterday, I looked into Psalm chapter 40, and I love the Psalms because these are real guys who knew the real hardships of life, expressing what's on their heart, and more importantly, expressing their faith in God, confidently knowing that He is going to bring things about in His good timing in the very best way. And we looked at verse 1 of Psalm 40 yesterday. Let's move on to verse number 2. And David says, after he waited patiently for the Lord, and after God inclined and heard his cry, so it sounds like God's leaning over to listen to what David has to say. He drew me up from the pit of destruction, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. So think about what David's describing there for a moment. He's using imagery of being stuck in a pit. A pit he calls the pit of destruction. So it was life-threatening perhaps, or it was very, very dangerous. And he says God drew him up from that pit, out of the miry bog. Man, it sounds like a swamp to me, or quicksand, like you've seen in those old movies where someone's stuck in quicksand. David says his situation felt like that. Perhaps it was literally like that, where he was really stuck in a bad situation. And he says, when God inclined to him and heard his cry, he drew him up out of that situation. And he didn't just pull him out, he put him in a better place. He set his feet upon a rock, making his steps secure. So look at the contrast between what David was in and where God placed him after he drew him out of that place. He was in a pit of destruction, stuck in this miry bog, and God drew him out and set his feet on a rock. So he's firm, and his steps were secure from that point on. No matter what you're facing right now, no matter how dim and dark it may look or feel, you need to be confident that God will, as you wait patiently for Him, He will in time incline His ear to you, and He will hear your cry. And He will draw you up out of that pit of destruction that you are in right now. He will pull you up out of the miry bog. And because of who He is, because of His character, He will set your feet upon a rock. That rock is Himself. And I'm praying that even right now, He will set your feet on the rock of Himself. Even if the emotion doesn't go away immediately, even if the situation you're in doesn't change, your feet can still be set on the rock that is God. I'm praying He will do that for you right now, no matter what you're facing. Maybe you are not a person who finds yourself in a very depressing or difficult situation at this moment. That's wonderful. I am so thankful for that. I pray that He'll use the good circumstance that you're experiencing to set your feet on a rock, to show you, while you can see clearly, while your emotions are out of the way, that He is a rock that you can trust in. Remember today, as you go through your day, God is your rock. Your feet are placed firmly on Him. And I will talk to you again tomorrow on the Morning Mindset Edition